Hey guys, it's Morgan coming back to you with another video on the 2010, now 300XC, used to be 250XC. This is Adam Does Dirt Bikes, a hard enduro bike. Today we are going to be rebuilding and cleaning this carburetor and installing a Mako360. Super excited about that. Massive thank you to Lance at XC Gear. Lance, Lisa, Heather, all of you guys, thank you so much for sending us a Mako360. We're gonna get that installed. I'll show you how we do that and rebuild this carburetor and replace the intake flange because that is cracked and nasty. Let me show you something, guys. We're gonna start this whole rebuild with dunking this thing into the ultrasonic, but Adam had mentioned how poorly this thing, or not how poorly it was running, but how much the carburetor was leaking. Let me show you what was going on. So as I opened up the float bowl, it's kind of hard to see, but there's some black in there, and there's some black here. There's also some dirt and whatever. Let me show you something. Guys, this is the original fuel line, and this stuff, while it was good when it was new, is known for disintegrating. And this, I wish I could, I don't know. It's hard to show you, but see, if I squeeze this, it does pretty good. If I squeeze in here, it's real mushy. Let me see if I can pull this apart and show you the difference. Let's see, I don't know if we're gonna be, yeah, see how it's, ugh. See that kind of weird mottled, anyway, that thing is coming apart and you can feel it. And guys, if you have one of these bikes or even a newer one, and you grab a hold of this thing and you can feel it getting squishy, take it off. You're probably gonna have to, if it's already squishy, you're gonna have to clean your carburetor already. And I don't know if it's because KTM used poor fuel line or if it's just the ethanol and this is just bad with ethanol. Maybe it would have been fine with, you know, straight gas. I don't know. It is from 2010, so it could just be that it was old and coming apart. But that is nasty, and that's what happened. So now we're gonna take off all these vent lines. Also, we're gonna be jetting this thing for it being a 300. And then we're gonna set it up for here because Adam's gonna get some time on it before he goes to Hawaii, but we are gonna have to get some sea level jetting for it too. So, all right, I've had the ultrasonic heating up for quite a while. A lot of you guys are asking, I've answered this before, but I'll answer it again because a lot of you guys are new to the channel. And if you're new, consider subscribing. That would be awesome. I run it at 60 degrees Celsius, which is pretty darn hot, and then I run it for 40 to 45 minutes, and I run it with Fabuloso. Then Fabuloso, I run it probably like 3 or 4 cups of Fabuloso in a 10-liter ultrasonic. So let's go dump this thing. Okay, guys, so I know I showed it to you over there, but let's take a look at how bad this is and see if it's actually cracked all the way through. I kind of doubt that it is, but it's obviously going to crack all the way through eventually, and we don't want that happening while Adam is racing, causing any kind of engine failure. Because if this cracks and leaks, it's not so much, I mean, obviously there's a real situation with dirt, but then it's really probably the immediate problem is going to be a leanness that's going to cause the thing to maybe seize. But it doesn't seem like it's cracked all the way through, but this is no good. That also gives us an opportunity to look at the reeds. They look absolutely perfect, which is nice. Hey guys, let me jump in here really fast and tell you about something. We have an Amazon affiliate account, and what that means is we have a store where you can go buy things and it helps us out, but more importantly, what you can do is you can set up a quick link to go to our homepage in Amazon first, and then you go search for whatever else you want to buy at Amazon. If you go through our page first, then we get a little kickback on anything you buy. And that really, really, really helps this channel out. It helps us keep doing awesome builds like Adam's bike or anything else we're doing. So I would love to show you how to do that real fast. Join me. Come over to our computer. Let's open up a browser. Amazon.com/shop/Highland Cycles. Boom, there is our Amazon page. Got all of our new merchandise here. So if you buy stuff there, that's great. Here's the thing, if you go here first and then you look up a Vizio TV and you wanted to buy this 50-inch TV, that would get a little bit of a kickback because you got to Amazon through our page. To make this easy on you, and it doesn't cost you any more, you still get to use all the Prime stuff, all that good stuff. So what you do is you're going to come up here and you're going to highlight that. And you're just going to click on it and drag it over to your desktop. And bam, there is the Highland Cycles. It says Highland Cycles Amazon page. That's great. All right, if we click on it, boom, it goes to our page. Now you go and do whatever you want to do. That would really, really help us out a ton, and I would just love it. So we're trying to really grow this channel, do a lot of really cool things. All that stuff costs money. I appreciate everything you do. I'm gonna keep making the videos for free. Don't worry, there'll never be like a paywall to see the videos we make. Don't worry about that. But if you wanna help us out, this is an easy, free way to do it. Thanks a lot, let's get back to the video. Quick other note, guys, something else we're changing out here. So this bike has all the stock, everything on it. It's so low hours. And it's got the stock throttle cable. And let me show you, there's something wrong with these throttle cables from the get-go. I've unscrewed it a little bit, so that's because I'm taking them out, but I wanted to show you guys. This throttle cable, this part screws in, but this ferrule, or whatever you want to guide, anyway, it can slip out, and it was never, like, they were never ever locked in there super tight. So what could happen is you could be riding, and it usually happened when you're on off the gas, like a whole bunch, like through loops or something, like that, it would pop up and hang up like that, and the bike would basically go wide open without you wanting to go wide open. I've got, I don't know, it's buried deep somewhere on the YouTubes here of me going over the bars in the sand near St. George years and years ago on an old bike because of that. And anyway, so we are going to replace that with, let's see, oh, here we go, this Motion Pro T3 cable, and it's got, you can see it screws in, and then this is crimped in, so it's not going to come out. It's also got a little bit nicer adjuster here, so pretty excited about that. I know Adam's going to be happy that the thing won't accidentally go wide open. Someone actually had electrical tape. That was one fix for it, to try to keep that from happening. It also got stretched, anyway, jacked up, so it needs to be replaced anyway, but now it's going to be replaced and do well. So got our new flange on, still waiting on the carb in the bath. So let's take this thing apart and get a Mako360 on it. All right, so we got our Mako360. We are gonna run orange polymers with the high-vis green shark bite. It is the normal 360, not the SX. Lance was kind enough to give us this for free, so we aren't gonna be, beggars can't be choosers. So thank you very much, Lance. Also, the SX is just a little sexier and a little bit lighter. But that is not a big problem for Adam. He's light, so we're all good. We got the old bars off. Those are some interesting bars. These are the Easton Giant. Man, they're giant. Anyway, so we've got to get rid of those. We're going to run them in the forward position, but aiming back. So not quite as far forward as they could be, but definitely not as far back as they could be, kind of in the middle. I've got lots of other videos on installing these, but you can see they're eccentric. You can see how this is back to the right. So we're gonna put this up, but back. So the furthest forward position would be like this, then like this, then you could go like this, and then back like that. So there's 4 different positions. We're gonna put it in the second most forward. Make sure you use Loctite on your bolts. It's pretty simple. The other big thing to remind you guys of is make sure you use a torque wrench on these. It's all 12 foot-pounds on the clamp bolts for all the, for the actual Mako. So 12 foot-pounds on all these, on the shark bite, everything. So, all right, gonna get to work. All right, guys, we got everything out of the ultrasonic. Looking much better. Now, the thing about ultrasonic is it is very good, but you do need to usually come back in with some brake clean and then some high pressure air to really blow things out and get it super clean and get all the water out, because you don't want any water hiding in there, because if it does, then all of a sudden you'll end up with a bike that doesn't run that good. And we're using a kit from Moose Racing. It's an All Balls kit. I don't love everything that All Balls does, but they do make a nice carburetor kit. At least the ones I've dealt with are fine. And I like these float bowl screws. They're a 6mm hex and a flat blade, so way better than the Phillips style ones. So we're gonna start with float bowl gasket, air screw out, and make sure I blow through this. I should have taken this out when I was washing it in the ultrasonic, but it's okay. And I like these kits because they come with a whole new air screw and spring, washer, and O-ring. Start with just one turn out. All right, guys, so after doing a little bit of looking in my old info and online, I'm gonna go with a 35 Pilot. I'm gonna leave the Pilot the same, but I'm going to go to a 162 main. I'm gonna let, you know, Adam's gonna have to ride it and let me know how it goes, but I think that should be pretty good. Got a brand new needle. All right, last part, guys, let's check the needle position. All right, it's in the number 3. I'm gonna put it in the number 2. I like that better, just a little more crisp usually. Also, common misconception about 300 kits. People think that by going up in size, you need to go up in jets, and that is incorrect. Usually want to go down in jets because there's more of a draw, more vacuum, because it's a bigger bore, and that more draw pulls harder on those jets. So if you open it up, it actually will get too rich. So you have to go down, making it right. So, all right, I'm gonna get these off here, get these things back on. We'll reinstall this thing and take a look at it when we're done. All right, guys, check it out. Carburetor's on, nice and clean and happy. Brand new throttle cable. You can see the cable will not come out of that. It's mooring there. So screwed in, that's a way better setup. Nice adjuster up here, plenty of cable. I'll have to make sure this routing is going to work. It's not going to hang up when it turns, but whatever, we'll deal with that. Last thing we're going to do, oh, obviously, quick, Mako360, beautiful, gorgeous, love them. Seriously, that was the very first thing I did to my new bike, was the Mako360. Of all the things I could have done, I was going racing. I knew I didn't want to race it without that, so there's that. So anyway, last thing we're going to do on this video is Adam was talking about the steering stops. He felt like they were sticking out. It didn't turn as tight. I would agree. It's because these are the stock bolts. Show you. And someone already took the lock nuts off and got them in as far as they could. But what happens is they touch. Sorry for the mess here, guys. We're mid-working. So what happens is they touch. These are too long. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these things down so that we can run them all the way in and get this thing to turn all the way left and right. One of the things about hard enduro, and really honestly any riding, I don't like having the stops where they were, is that you want to be able to turn the wheel as tight as you can to get around certain obstacles. So all we're going to do is we're going to take die grinding wheel, put our safety squints, all right, guys, if you've ever done that, you know that these threads don't want to thread in. So we got this cool little guy made by Titan. Puts a super rad chamfer on there. Ha! Just like that, these are gonna go right in. Now I like to put a little bit of blue Loctite on them so they don't come out. All right, there we go, all in there, nice and pretty. Now we can get full steering out of this thing, and KTMs don't have a problem with hitting the radiators when they're like that, so super psyched. The one thing I don't like about that Beta 200, it's out front. Anyway, if you guys have seen that video, I haven't shot another video testing that clutch yet, but trust me, it's coming, so make sure you stay tuned here. But so that the forks don't hit the radiator guards on that Beta, you have to run those steering stops pretty far out. I'm going to fiddle with that and see if I can't fix that, because it is pretty annoying when you get in the tight stuff. That is it for this bike for today. I'm pretty happy with the progress we've made. Adam will be coming here very soon to install Lucioli tubes and get this bike all the way done so he can take it and get some time on it and actually ride it. We'll start that thing and all that good stuff once we get there. There we go. New carb, well, rebuilt carb, new flange, Mako360. Everything's ready, getting really, really close here, guys. Make sure you stay tuned and subscribe to the channel because, yeah, we're going to Hawaii real quick.